What's something hilarious that happened during inspection that no one could laugh at? Our company commander was conducting the most important inspection of the year, with visiting brass from division headquarters. Private Johnson was standing at perfect attention when the colonel approached to inspect his uniform. As the colonel leaned in to check Johnson's ribbons, Johnson's stomach let out the loudest, longest growl I've ever heard in my life. It sounded like a dying walrus having an argument with a motorcycle engine. The sound echoed through the silent formation for what felt like an eternity, while Johnson's face turned bright red. The colonel paused mid-inspection, clearly trying to process what had just happened. Johnson, maintaining perfect military bearing, stared straight ahead as if his digestive system hadn't just announced its presence to the entire command structure. The growl was so loud that soldiers 3 rows back turned their heads to see what kind of machinery was malfunctioning. Meanwhile, Johnson stood frozen at attention, probably praying for the ground to swallow him whole, while his stomach prepared for an encore performance. Things got worse when the colonel, trying to maintain professionalism, continued his inspection while Johnson's stomach launched into a full symphony. Every few seconds, another rumble would echo across the formation, sometimes a high-pitched whine, sometimes a low bass note that seemed to vibrate through the concrete. The visiting generals were clearly struggling not to react, while our company commander looked like he was considering early retirement. Johnson just kept staring straight ahead, sweating profusely. The situation reached peak absurdity when Johnson's stomach delivered its grand finale, a sound so complex and musical that it could have been a ringtone. The colonel actually stepped back in surprise, and one of the visiting generals coughed to cover what was definitely the beginning of a laugh. Johnson, still at attention, whispered, "Sir, I haven't eaten since yesterday, sir," which somehow made the whole thing even funnier. His stomach chose that moment to produce one final defeated whimper. After the inspection, the colonel pulled Johnson aside privately. Instead of disciplining him, he handed him $20 and said, "Son, go get yourself a decent meal before you collapse." That was the most disciplined display of hunger I've ever witnessed. Johnson later found out that the visiting generals had nicknamed him Rumble Gut and requested he be assigned to their honor guard because any soldier who can maintain bearing while his stomach stages a revolt has the discipline we need. Sometimes the most embarrassing moments become your greatest military achievements.